We feared this day would come when the lands are ruined and the champions of the light can no longer save those in need. But I will.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Diablo 3. Thank you for all your comments, and finally, yes, I have slept. Between the last time I recorded and now, in fact, all 7 episodes have been released, so thank you very much. And I'll just go over some of the comments from the most recent video, episode 7. Melchior mentions that the message from Cain, I think, was this. He says, "The world was nearly destroyed by the war between the demons and the angels, so now that the demons have broken the pact, nobody on Earth wants the angels to know because it would reignite the war and possibly end up destroying the Earth, as almost happened before." Which makes perfect sense. So yeah, of course, the demons broke the pact, but of course, if the angels were to know about this, that'd be real bad. Of course, Tyrael knows about what's going on. But where he is, that remains to be seen. By the way, I know who Tyrael is. I know all the story, but I also don't want to spoil it for people that may have not seen Diablo before, so we're trying to be safe there. Yeah, and then also Sarah mentions that the healer that was talking craziness, you know, kind of like in Skyrim, you know, where he's like, "Rise up!" He was talking about, apparently, the amalgamation of the 7 evils into one prime evil again, when he was like talking about that crazy nonsense. You'll see in the last video if you go check it out around the 21-minute mark. Crazy stuff. I know there's more comments out there as well. Thank you so much, guys. And I'm trying to make sure I shout people out when I do this, but I'm always terrible about it, so I do apologize when I don't do that. So let's resume game. Let's just jump back into it. I'm playing at 2 billion FPS, and hopefully it doesn't look bad. I'm just going to do it as an experiment. We'll see how it looks on YouTube. And if it looks good, then I'll continue playing the game at crazy high frame rates, because I do like playing at a higher frame rate. Typically, I find anyway, it looks a lot better. Especially with G-Sync. Oh, buttery smooth. Oh man, it's so buttery smooth. That's so good. Y'all go get yourself a sexy monitor, man. And a computer, apparently, that can play it too. Here we are, back in the game. We are currently doing Sword of the Stranger now. Again, it's been a couple weeks since I've played, so it's going to make sure that we have all the dialogue, all the tasty dialogue here. Hey, look at that. We have a new book from Cain. I lied. Apparently it respawns, but if you already have all the books, then you don't got to worry about it. Good to know. And we have some boots on us. I guess we could go break them down. And you guys also point out that gray items can be broken down on top, of course, white items, so whoops on that part. Here, let's rank up our lovely blacksmith real quick. Isn't that awesome? I love that shit. That's so cool. You actually get to like physically see it change as we level it up. Obviously, if you're doing adventure mode and stuff like that, and you're getting tons and tons of loot, it's pretty much a blur as you go from like level 1 to 10 in one go. You get a lot of shit in adventure mode. Again, I always recommend if you're done the story already and you just want to level a character from like 1 to 70 and you're going solo, there's some great guides out there, like Riker and stuff like that, that'll help you pretty much catch up real quick, 1 to 70, by doing some cute little things. You even get like Cain's armor or whatever, which give you double EXP or more EXP on most things. Maybe not double, but we don't have that unlocked at the moment. Unfortunate. We're not that cool. Regardless, though, I'm taking forever trying to figure out how to stall and salvage things. And, of course, there we go. We did it. We did it the slowest way possible, where we actually take it from the inventory and throw it in there. But, you know. Any new dialogue from our buddies here?
That Templar you brought to town may seem grim to most, but I think he's hiding a good heart.
Me too.
I don't know what would have happened to this town without Deckard Cain.
Oh, another thing, we go into our skills. There we go. We go into our skills. I want to try something out. So we have bone spikes here, and if we switch over to Siphon Blood, we'll do this. And then we go to Skeletal Mage, Right. So our skeleton mage will be our spender, and our siphon blood will be our gatherer. And the idea is we'll just get tons of skeleton mages, and I think we can also summon more than one at some point here. Not entirely sure. Risen mage leaves a corpse behind. Raise a contaminated mage. Raise a skeleton archer. Singularity and life support. I don't know about that, but anyway, let's level up a little bit to see which one's good. I don't know. Probably Gift of Death, because then we can turn him into an explosion. Guaranteed bodies, am I right? We have Decrepify, Crippling Curse. That reduces enemies' movement speed. I don't know if that's going to be particularly useful for us yet. Maybe we should get Command Golem. Yeah, let's bring out Command Golem. There we go. Look at that big boy. Taking up the screen, just walking around, hanging out in the tavern.
I've decided to write an epic poem on the death of the Skeleton King. All I need to do is find out how he was killed.
You could ask the one who did it, you know. He's right over there.
And give up my artistic license?
Never. I remember that conversation. All right. And no more dirty writings from Leah. Okay.
Not only saved Cain, but got our blacksmith back to work. Well done!
Let's see. Rampaging Khazra, dark strangers appearing after a mysterious fire in the sky. Oh, and miscellaneous tomfoolery. Just another happy day in New Tristram. So, what you having today?
Love it. We still gotta be able to buy booze, damn it. Where's that option? And no new history of Tristram. Okay, good. Looks like we have everything sorted out. We gotta go to the Fields of Misery. Let us go, then. Thankfully, you can just hit the menu button now, or the map button. I call the menu button the map button for some reason in video games, and I don't know why. Oh! My golem just knocks shit over. Hell yeah, he does. Here we go. Back into...
If there's a sword here, we will find it.
The Great Unknown. Alright. Search the Khazra Den in the Fields of Misery. Okay, so let's bring our boy out. Okay, so we do get two boys. Sweet. Oh god, we're killing them so fast. Oh, another thing you guys mentioned I should probably try playing on a harder difficulty. Oh god, don't do defaults. Cancel. Alright, yes. We can raise the difficulty, so I'm only going to raise it to hard mode. And the reason for this is, A, I'd have the back out to go even higher. The reason for this, you typically don't want to go above hard mode until you're, like, above a certain level. Of course, we can go all the way up to Torment 6, but really you want to do Torment 6 if you have a bunch of buddies around, and they're going to carry you through, like, some adventure mode, what are they called? Portals? I forget the actual name. Nephilim Rifts? It's one of the types of rifts that you can do. The ones where you don't have to spend any keys to go in. Then you can level real fast. But once you get higher and higher and higher level, depending on the gear you might have an easier time, you might have an easier time. But I think hard difficulty is probably going to help us a little bit here, getting a few extra levels. As right now, our gear is pretty damn good. Also, we got new lore, so yeah.
Some time ago, I revealed that the Khazra, or goatmen, were originally humans until the Vizieri corrupted them. For many years, these creatures were simple and lethargic. These days have ended. Khazra attacks are widely reported, and the number of fatalities is higher than anything in my records.
Perfect. Did we already do Skeleton King?
The Zakarum high priests in Kurast proclaimed Leoric king of Kondurus many years ago. He ruled well until Diablo's influence drove him mad, and the loyal knight Black Danon was forced to slay him. Afterward, Diablo himself raised Leoric from the dead as the Skeleton King, until the monarch's son, Aiden, vanquished him.
That's right, yes, Aiden. I forgot. Right, so we got Adria, who is the mother of whatever her name is. Oh, we got new lore. One second. We'll continue that. Hold that thought.
I have heard the most ridiculous tales about travelers being ambushed by vicious trees. It is too much. Despite their names, the wood wraiths are not plants, but fully mobile beasts who have taken on the guise of foliage to ensnare their prey. Only a simpleton could be fooled by such a trick.
Of course. I love it. Yes, so we got Adria, who is the mother of Leah. Leah knows very little about Adria, but of course we all know Adria. She was the witch on the side of town in Diablo 1, hanging out, giving us our potions. Honestly, we relied on her a lot to get a bunch of shit. And yeah, she basically a big helper of Aiden, who apparently is the Orc's son, a long-lost son of some sort, who ultimately had to kill his brother.
Made their lives and homes here. They will not survive this disaster unless we aid them.
And it's just weird. I mean, obviously, you could call it all retcons, I guess it is, but it's more of an expansion on the story. They never really mentioned anything about the main warrior character being Aiden or anything like that, right? Because we all know him. His real name is Test, as we all know. For some reason, he didn't like that name enough, and I'm really disappointed in him for going ahead and name changing and then turning into Diablo. Like, what a bummer, dude. What a bummer. I guess he was just a rebellious spirit. Young and dumb, as they call him. How dare. Also, this build is actually legit. This build is awesome. I really feel like I could only afford, like, one thing at a time, though. Like, one skeleton. Unless I'm at full mana, because my skeletons are just going in full damage. Full blaze. God damn, I really love the environments, man. I don't know. I'm a super suck for this type of art style. I really like it. It's not quite Torchlight, obviously. Torchlight being very colorful and everything. I feel like the term cartoonish does get thrown around a lot. I feel like for the time, for it being a 3D game, Blizzard was probably going off the strengths that they had at the time, which is obviously World of Warcraft, as we all know. So really, I feel like that's why we get the cartoonish look, right? World of Warcraft, sure, it's cartoonish, but the environments don't feel super cartoonish either, so I don't know. I don't know what to call it. I mean, I'm sure everyone has their own opinion on what is and is not cartoonish, and maybe my opinion is wrong. Sure, I don't care. Damn, I know I'm right, though. In my mind, I'm right, just like in everyone else's mind, they're right. That's how humanity works, man. We're all right, but we're also all wrong. That's just the worst. Bone Spear, Bone Spikes, and Bone Spirit have 30% chance to trap enemies in a bone prison for 3 seconds. Okay, so we can completely just shut down an enemy's movement. Oh, I forgot. Consuming corpses gives us movement speed. Ooh. Health globe, standalone. We don't have any of these abilities at the moment equipped, so we're not going to worry about them for now, but that sounds like a lot of fun. Devour! Consume corpses within 60 yards to restore 10 essence per corpse. Interesting. Although I very much like my corpse explosions. And, is that it? Wasn't there another upgrade? Who knows? Alright, looks good. Apologize for going slow, but, I mean, it's my channel. I go as slow as I want, damn it. I got one guy, and I'm not going to say who it was. I don't even remember his name. There's one guy, I always see the notifications, by the way. If you comment, I see it, right? So, I always get those random comments on my Diablo 1 playthrough, like episode 1, where someone's like, hurry up! Just go! Just play the video game! And I'm like, dude, I'm trying to, like, figure shit out, dude. It kills me every time because it's so funny to me. Like, I don't know, maybe 12 years ago I'd be fazed by comments like that. I'd be like, ugh, how dare he be upset? My videos are perfect. Like, they're not perfect, but I'm just like, my videos are perfect. How could they say such mean things? Nowadays, I'm like, shit, dude, you're probably right. Fuck, I should have gone faster. God damn. Yeah, give me that speed boost. Oh, look at that. Kill him. Oh, you're dead. Wow, we are crushing on hard mode. Go get him, boy. Woo!
Who are you to take what is mine?
It belongs to another.
Regardless, I have claimed it. I am Magda, and I lead this coven. The shard is mine.
Then you have made an enemy.
Very well. Let the games begin.
Oh shit. Hello.
Well fought. But you will never possess the next piece. It has fallen where only the ancients may tread.
She is more devious than she appears.
More devious than we could possibly know, comrade. My god. Alright, we got a new bit of lore. We already did Wood Wraith. We have Dark Cultist.
A dark coven has formed in Tristram, and I fear that their superstitious violence may damn the whole region. I discovered very little during my eavesdropping, except that the word Magda was repeated several times in their chants. Oh well, now I journey to the safety of my home, where I may put these worries behind me.
I love this guy, this Abd al-Hazir. He's funny. Alright, let's get this sword. Woo! We got the S word. It's a key item. I don't think we have an inventory for key items, though. Bring the glowing sword shard to Deckard Cain in New Tristram. The sword piece will be safe back in New Tristram. Cain and Leah must learn of what happened here. I didn't even notice there was like little bits of flavor text there even too. It's so good, man. It's actually, if you compare our first 7 episodes to the first 7 episodes of, say, like Diablo 1 or Diablo 2, there's a lot of quests that go on in Diablo 2. I think Diablo 2 is probably the fastest paced game in the series, in terms of like how the story goes, which I thought was pretty surprising and also a lot of fun. I love my pimp cane. This is so great. I love how he holds it too, just walking around. I don't know why. It's a great, satisfying look to it. I can be a dapper fellow, okay? Okay. I wish consuming corpses actually gave me essence back. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Returning to town.
All right, Deckard. This big boy, man. It's just like in Diablo 2, where you have all these freaking spawns around us. So important to me.
I recovered a piece of the sword, but members of a coven are pursuing it as well.
Uncle Deckard, they sound like those dark cultists you told me about.
Very good, Leah. You have been paying attention. Stranger, does any of this jar your memory?
I have no memory of this coven, but I sense a far darker shadow guiding its hand.
Alright, we just got the adventuring heater shield of the bear. Alright. Lots of vitality on it. It ought to be half decent if I had a regular weapon on me. Although I'm kind of just waiting until we get a one-handed weapon that's like around 30 to 40 DPS. Usually when you find a one-handed weapon that's better than your two-handed stuff, then you're pretty much golden to do all that stuff. So yeah. Still no gems yet. I don't know when we get gems. I think it's around level 20. And we're level 16. Alright, Leah.
They know where the next piece is. Their leader said it fell where only ancients may tread.
That makes me think of the drowned temple near the festering woods. I remember you telling me about it, Uncle.
Exactly, Leah. The temple was home to the Nephilim. Leah, your knowledge could be invaluable. You must go and help our friend retrieve the sword piece.
The Nephilim were ancient humans with fantastic powers. Legend holds that they waged a terrible battle near the temple, and that their ghosts still war with one another.
Their ghosts still war? Oh my god, imagine eternal life just like going to war with people. I guess you could also be like, well, imagine being brought to hell and tortured for the rest of eternity as a soul. So there's that. Tell me about the origins of this coven.
Magda's coven is a remnant of an ancient religion called the Triune that worshipped the primevals as gods.
The primevals are gone. Who do they serve now?
The last 2 evils, Asmodan and Belial, remain. And if either of them are behind this coven, then our troubles are only beginning.
So, how's this sword working for you, stranger?
A most unusual sword fragment, isn't it?
Indeed, it feels familiar to me. though the rest is still unclear.
It looks like a weapon for a great warrior.
If that is what I am, then my strength has gone with my memory.
Such things have a way of returning to us in times of need.
That is true, my friend. Alright, let us continue on to this drowned temple, as they call it.
So this is how it ends? They dragged my cart from the road, but for what? I can't get it repaired. Might as well dig a hole and die in it.
You would not be alone. Many have died before their time here.
Did you know that Leah has traveled a better part of this world?
I'm sorry, but I never know if someone has new dialogue. That's one issue with like automatic dialogue when you talk to people. Not that it's a bad thing, but you also don't know if it's like a new selectable. Diablo 1 and Diablo 2, it's like you always knew if it was like a new piece of dialogue. Sort of.
That Templar you brought to town may seem...
Looks like everything's the same. Good, good, good. Back to the Fields of Misery. Great place to level, by the way.
Just like target practice.
Let's go get him, big guy.
I have great power within me too. The only difference is no control over my life.
Then you must learn to master it.
It's only happened a few times in my life, and only when I was in grave danger. Something rises up from deep within me and, well, I can't really explain it.
We're gonna have to turn down some of the effects, because, man, it was almost impossible to hear Leah there. At least there's text on screen. Oh, we got new lore. Time to learn about beasts.
The large, sluggish beasts can thrive in any grassland or forest, provided there is enough water. Farmers will recognize these brutes as the savage cousins of the common pack beast, a tame breed that was likely domesticated nearly 2,000 years ago. One can hardly imagine the trouble that effort must have taken.
The little dog things, I think they're called. Or beasts, obviously, but they look like little puppies, little puppers. Problem is when they die too fast. Dang it. Go get him. Woo! Oh my god. Oh wow, he turns into like a solid 5 corpses.
The world is a safer place.
Indeed, my friend. I feel like hard mode is the way to go here. They're going down at a relatively okay pace. It doesn't feel like a slog. That's the biggest risk you run into with, like, I find higher torment levels. Now, if our gear was even better, like if we were stacked on legendaries, then sure, I may even consider going to torment. Or does it go any higher than hard mode? I think it goes hard and then straight into torment, right? I forget. It's been a while. Been a while.
The grave beckons.
Oh, I think this is a trap. Oh, we're good. All right, sweet. Nothing better yet. It's kind of hard to compete with this chess piece here. Let's see, should we lower our damage a little bit for some toughness? Probably not. Probably not. I think we're doing okay. Again, we have a lot of skeleton boys who seem to not be targeted. One thing we ran into a lot in Median XL is our skeleton boys really had to run for their money going through. Even at like max skill level, like sure my gear was kind of poo-poo, but I had really not too much control over that without being able to farm. Like I could farm, but like the stuff dropping was not hot, you know? So like, I don't know. They're just going down like a sack of potatoes a lot of the time. Now you may be saying, why don't you go over to the right there? And the reason for it, I actually really like to explore these zones. I know it's not efficient or anything like that, but this is not an efficient playthrough. I like seeing what all the artists came up with these designs. Now I wonder, I think these open areas are slightly random, but the events that you get in here I think are slightly random. You may notice I keep hitting Alt because I keep instinctively pressing that button to see if there's any stuff on the ground. I'm like, oh yeah, it's always on. It's always on. Yeah, there we go.
Development.
It's got siphon blood siphon. Oh, we got teeth for the bone spear. Of course we got teeth. We've got the teeth. Don't touch the teeth. I got the teeth. Fun fact in the Warhammer franchise, I think both in fantasy and in 40k, especially 40k. I know 40k more than fantasy. Teeth are the common currency for orcs. That's why you also get factions known as the Gold Tooths, because they actually literally grow golden teeth. They are quite sought after, as one would expect. So instead of Skeletal Mage here, we can get Bone Spear with teeth, launch Razor Sharp Teeth, and deal 300% weapon damage as physical to enemies in front of you. Not as cool as my awesome Skeleton Mages, though. You know what? I'm gonna get Contamination. I'm gonna get Contamination instead. Siphon Blood, finally. You pull in all health globes within 40 yards while siphoning. Alright, why not? That sounds good to me. Alright, we are such a nerd. Alright, look at this trio of chickens. Can we step on them? Can we corpse explode them? Oh! I think he died. Oh, we got him! We have found a way. Go get him. Woo! He survived. What a champion. Alright, chickens have been defeated. Oh, finally! A big fight. Here we go. Woo! Alright, there. My boys took like no damage from that. They were standing inside the AoE. They were standing right inside the stupid, and they were still freaking murdered. Alright, I'll go grab that in a sec. I'm just trying to kill them all off here. Alright, sweet. I love these little orbs with Nephilim Glory. There's a nice little bonus, you know? We get a little bit of extra EXP. Lost Mine. Ooh. It's nice and spoopy in here. I like it. Go get him, big boy. Woo. Dude, this is so fun. Yo! Another orange. Goddamn. Dude, like a vanilla feeling experience like this feels so much better than when it was like at launch where you had a stupid auction house. You can never get anything cool. Look at this. Vigilante belt. Plus 30 intelligence, plus 26 vitality. Regenerates 55 life per second of our measly, just about 1500 HP. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. No special perks on it, much unlike our other legendary items, which you can see that orange text on there if you're unfamiliar with them. Those are things you can actually turn into special perks that we can get later and install on other, or on our like standard buffs or something like that. There's like these passive buffs you can get later in the game, but I forget when you actually get that stuff. I know, I'm very descriptive, but I actually legitimately forget what it's called and what it is. But I know that it's very important for like all builds. It's used in every build. Whenever you hit max level, which again, I don't feel like we're gonna hit max level.
Weakness consumes you!
Woo! Alright. Dude, this is so fun.
I'll be telling stories. When this is over, I could open my own little inn somewhere, if I live.
That would suit you.
Well, if you ever want a job, I will consider your credentials.
I'll be a bodyguard. Or actually, I'll summon bodyguards and just drink myself to oblivion inside there. There we go. Sounds good to me. Actually, no, that doesn't sound very necromancer-y, does it? I'll summon necromancer guards to defend your town. And hopefully it doesn't turn into the intro of Diablo 2 with the Sister's Lament. Because if it does, then, well, rest in pepperonis, I guess, at that point. God damn. Oh.
You will make a fine corpse.
Like, holy shit, we got like this sick-ass single target nonsense. We got 2 AoEs with our command golem and our our exploding corpses. And then we got a single target with our main and our command skeletons and our skeleton mages. Which is crazy. And guys, that's going to wrap it up for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. You're all wonderful people. Keep the comments coming on in. Give me all these tips and things like that. It really does help support the series, and so we can make it the best possible as we go through it. I'm really enjoying going through the lore here. It's just been an absolute blast. You're all awesome. I'm Acme101, and I'll see you all next time.